AI music is here to stay. But the biggest question is, who wins and who loses? And most importantly, how do you position yourself to be amongst the biggest winners in this new era? My name is Des and welcome to Value Central, where we give you value, educate you, and entertain. Let's get right into the video. AI isn't a niche experiment anymore. It's a global shift. Platforms like Suno, Udio can produce full tracks in a matter of seconds. Record labels are scrambling, artists are protesting, and fans are divided. But here's the most important thing to remember. Just because some groups of people resist it, it doesn't mean AI music is going anywhere. Every major technological shift in music has sparked fear, outrage, and resistance, and yet eventually became accepted, embraced, and even celebrated. In this video, we're going to explore the fears around AI music, look at the historical parallels to see what we can learn from previous music revolutions, identify the biggest winners and losers, and show you how you can position yourself to win. And finally, this is the bonus. We will dive into the psychology behind why people resist new technology. Let's look at the history and what we can learn. Now, this isn't the first time music has evolved because of technology. In fact, AI is just the latest chapter in a long story of panic followed by evolution. Back in the mid-1800s, if you wanted to hear music, you had only one option, that is, a live performance. You either played it yourself or you listened to someone whilst they performed. That all changed in 1877 when Thomas Edison unveiled the phonograph. This device could record audio and play it back. It wasn't the first device to do this, but it was the first one that was generally reliable and widely usable. The phonograph fundamentally changed how people listened to music. For the first time, you could listen to songs you wanted whenever you wanted, and could listen to them again and again, discovering new details each time. But not everyone was happy. Many musicians and institutions saw the phonograph as a threat. They worried that recordings would replace live performances, that people wouldn't attend concerts anymore, and that composers would lose control of their music, fearing it would be copied and reused without permission. So what happened? The music industry adapted. Record labels and publishers created licensing systems, early royalties, giving composers and performers new revenue streams. Live performances didn't lose value. In fact, recordings helped boost attendance at concerts. The winners were clear. Composers and publishers earned royalties they had never had before. Record labels found entirely new revenue streams by selling recordings, and performers who adapted were able to reach wider audiences and gain fame beyond their local concert halls. However, the losers were the musicians who refused to record. They lost out on all the money and opportunities that recordings offered. Critics also worried that music without a live performer had no soul. Recordings were dismissed as soulless copies. But once again, the music adapted. Music culture evolved to embrace recordings as a new form of artistic expression. Artists learned to blend recorded music with live performance, and authenticity itself evolved. It was no longer just about live performance. Recordings became a legitimate and respected art form. Innovative artists who embraced this change flourished, while traditionalists who resisted it were left behind. Fast forward to the 1980s and the 1990s, the music industry faced another revolution, the rise of samplers and drum machines. Now, a sampler is a device that records short sounds like drum hits, guitar riffs, or vocals, and then lets you manipulate and combine them to create beats or full instrumentals. A drum machine, on the other hand, generates drum beats and rhythms automatically. These tools allowed producers to build entire tracks from samples and programmed drums instead of relying solely on live bands or expensive studio sessions. This revolution helped give birth to modern hip-hop, electronic music, and countless pop styles. At first, there was fierce resistance. Live musicians, particularly drummers, feared they would lose work. Early studio publications warned that machines like the lean drum were going to put real drummers out of work. Sampling was criticized as lazy and uncreative, while drum machines were said to lack human feel. Some even claimed that using samples was essentially stealing. But history shows that resistance cannot stop innovation. Artists learned to combine live and digital instrumentation. New roles emerged for programmers, beat makers, and producers. Musicians adapted by learning electronic tools, and the definition of musician itself expanded. What was once dismissed as cheating became a legitimate art. Sampling and drum machines didn't destroy music, they reshaped it. Producers became recognized as artists, and genres like hip-hop and electronic music exploded worldwide. The legal frameworks evolved too. Copyright law was updated to require sample clearances, and standard industry practices were created to ensure producers could legally use and pay for sampled material. The winners were producers, beat makers, programmers, independent artists, and the entire new genres that emerged. The losers were session musicians and traditionalists who resisted the new tools. The 2010s brought another massive shift, which was streaming services like Spotify. Again, the industry faced criticisms. Artists complained that streaming didn't fairly pay new or lesser-known artists. Artists like Tom York pulled their music out of the streaming platforms, saying that new artists discovered on the platform wouldn't get paid while shareholders would profit. Critics also worried that streaming reinforced the power of major labels and catalog owners, that it reduced music to disposable content, and that oversaturation would make it impossible for smaller or niche artists to stand out. So what happened? Did the technology die? No. Streaming became the number one way to be discovered. Playlists, algorithms, and global reach made it the new radio. Artists gained exposure that drove higher paying income streams, including touring, merchandise, brand deals, sync licensing, and fan memberships. Streaming also gave artists a global access like never before, and dramatically reduced piracy. Even Tom York eventually returned to streaming, acknowledging that staying away hurt his engagement more than it hurt the system. The lesson is, initial resistance to new technology never stops progress. Artists and audiences adapt, and history repeats itself. Fast forward to today, AI music is raising similar concerns. People worry about copyright and ownership, and about whether art musicians will get paid, about artistic legitimacy, oversaturation, and ethics. AI can imitate styles and voices, creating tracks that sound like famous artists or even some small independent musicians. Fans may not know what's real or what's generated, but the history gives us confidence. Just as the industry solved challenges with samples, drum machines, and streaming, it is already taking steps with AI. For example, Suno and Warner Music Group have partnered to compensate artists, resolving lawsuits about unauthorized use of catalogs. Artists now have the right to opt in for AI use of their names, images, likenesses, voices, and compositions. Artistic legitimacy will always evolve. And at the same time, ethical safeguards are being put in place. So who are the winners and losers in this AI era? Who stands to gain in this new era? The independent artists can use AI to build full production studios at home. Producers and creators who embrace AI as a tool can produce faster and more creatively. Labels and rights holders who license their catalog benefit financially. And the fans, of course, get more variety and personalized music experiences. On the other hand, the biggest losers will be the musicians who refuse to adapt. They will be the biggest losers. Now, how can you win? Listen to me, adaptation beats fear every single time. If you want to thrive in the age of AI music, start by learning AI tools like Suno, Udio, Magenta Studio. Use AI for demos, songwriting, vocal mockups, or even full songs. Protect your intellectual property by registering your work. Diversify your income through merchandise, live shows, sync licensing, fund support. And perhaps most importantly, build a brand, something that AI cannot replicate. Your story, your personality, and the emotional connection you create with your audience are irreplaceable. Your identity, AI can't replace that. Your consistency, the consistency of your story, the consistency of the things that you talk about, that you sing about. Build your brand. Now, this is how you position yourself to succeed in this AI music era. Hey family, if this video is adding any value to you, I'm going to ask you to do me one little favor. Click that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and like it and share. Yes, share that more people can see. This helps me to keep creating content, and this pushes the content to more people. Now lastly, I want to talk to you about the psychology behind resistance. Why do people resist new technologies like AI music? Two key psychological concepts explain this. First, there is the status quo bias. People prefer things to stay the same and resist change, even when the new option is objectively better. Familiarity feels safe and the known feels risky. Second, there is loss aversion. People fear potential losses more than the value of potential gains. Musicians worry about losing jobs, income, artistic control, or identity. So the risk feels more painful than the potential benefits. This resistance is part of a broader concept called technology resistance theory, which shows how individuals reject new technologies due to perceived threats, disruption of routines, and psychological discomfort. Listen, don't allow these biases to keep you down. Don't allow these biases to keep you small and make you irrelevant in this new age of AI music. Family, AI music is here to stay. The real question isn't whether it will succeed or not, it's whether you will succeed alongside it. History shows that the resistance is temporary, adaptation is key, and the winners are those who embrace the change, innovate, and build human connections that AI cannot replicate. Your strategy is simple. Learn, adapt, create, and most importantly, build a brand that is uniquely yours. That's how you win in this new era of AI music.